throw gets Bertram. And that's smashed. Nothing new. We need to get that updated with some of this year's stuff, man.
Yeah.
How are you?
Doing well. I'm doing well.
Good. Of course, I'm Daniel Shaughnessy with Coach Jason Madonna, head coach for the Shawnee Wolves football team. Coach, you got to be happy with the first half last week's game.
It was. We were very happy. Anytime you can get a district win, plus get your 15 points, helps us one step closer to accomplishing our goals. And we had some outstanding performances. 2 interception return for a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, a block punt, threw for a touchdown, rushed for a touchdown. So, very, very happy that we came out pretty clean.
So all phases of the game, pretty much scoring a touchdown. That's interesting. I did not put that together.
Yeah, it was. Offense, defense, and special teams all accounted for at least 1 touchdown. Defense 2, offense 2, and we had a field goal. So all phases got a little bit of action on homecoming. So it was a good night, and we were nervous. Edison plays really good defense, and so we knew that it wasn't going to just be an easy cakewalk. And luckily for us, some things worked out in our favor to kind of help us secure the victory. So.
Well, you mentioned there field goals, and man, we've been blessed this year with our field goal kicking. Ben, wow, it just left me. Ben Falcon stepping in here mid-season for Parker Snow, and I mean both of those guys very talented.
Yeah, and we have a couple other ones too. I mean, we probably have 4 guys on our roster that we would feel comfortable kicking field goals for us, and it just so happens that at this moment, Ben is the guy, and he's done a really good job of just staying focused and putting them through when we need them at the Durant game and then this past week. And he's also done a really good job on kickoffs. And kickoff was something that we felt like we weren't executing at a high enough level early in the year. And so we've really kind of fine-tuned and personneled and kind of got it to where now it's a bigger benefit for us than maybe it had been earlier. So he's done a really good job. Very proud of him. Puts in a lot of time and effort into his craft, and it's paying off for him.
Coach Johnson and I on our call, we noticed that a lot. The improvement has been steady through the year, but now it looks like Ben Falcon has that kick down. And talking about kickoffs, if we flip it, how about starting off the game with Dylan Simmons running back for a touchdown? Those early big plays for us, Coach, seem to be very important.
It is very important, and just kind of helps us feel comfortable into the game. And with a semi-young team like we have, and we're not young anymore. We're 8 weeks into the year, but there's always that pregame nerves of how we're going to do, how's it going to go. And so when you have an opening play like that just kind of sets the tone, and I think it just gives everybody confidence and kind of brings that extra juice. So that was a huge play, man. There was some big time. Nolan Ward had a big block, but Riley Story, man, he blocked for about 10 seconds consistently on a young man, and just the effort that those guys put in. Braylon Lassler had a big time block. Ramel had a big time block, and just that's something we've been kind of working on and stressing on. We felt like we've been close several times, but we just hadn't got the opportunity to really break the big one. And so I was glad that it finally came together and gave that unit some confidence moving forward, because that's people don't realize, man, that beginning field position is big. When you don't handle it properly, or and your offense is starting backed up, or if you execute properly on kickoff and you start their offense backed up, it's a game changer, man, as far as field position goes.
What I really love there, Coach, is the number of top headline guys you just mentioned making the blocks on the kick return team for Dylan Simmons to be able to be successful. That says a huge thing about the heart of the team, because we need that from everybody, especially when we get guys stepping up like Hooks. I mean, where did this Hooks kid come from? I'm calling his name all the time now, and he is just a freshman.
He is, man. He's a really good young man. He's really put in a lot of work over the summer and was having success JV freshman wise, and he was a body that we knew as the season progressed that he'd be a guy we could call on. And it just so happened that we've had some injuries here and there, and so he had an opportunity to kind of step into that role, and he's held his own. You know, he's done a good job, and so very proud of the effort he's putting in. He's been on kickoff team for a couple weeks, and then starting down at Durant, he got his first start on defense. So he's been playing defensive end for us and doing a really good job, just holding his own and being where he's supposed to be and knowing what to do. And very, very, very proud of that young man and excited for his future. I mean, you look at that defensive front and, you know, we only graduate one or two, and the rest of those guys are going to be back next year. So how exciting is that?
Yeah, I mean, Hooks, he's stepping in for Jaquan, allowing Jaquan, the all everything, to be able to concentrate a little bit more, maybe be a little bit more gathered on the offensive side. It is so important to have those guys stepping up. And we're going to go away just for a break, and we're going to step back in real quick because I want to talk to you and get into the upcoming Bishop Kelly game, Coach, because that game is so important for all of us. You're watching Wolves football here on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at
First Med Urgent Care offers on-site x-rays and lab, post-injury drug screening, care for lacerations and abrasions, relief from allergies, and so much more. Choose First Med Urgent Care, where your health is our priority.
Discover the sweet side of Shawnee at St. Gregory's Abbey. Here our monks care for over 300 beehives and work together to package and provide pure, delicious local honey to our Shawnee neighbors.
We are back with Coach Jason Madonna. And Jason, a tough Bishop Kelly coming in. After a big homecoming week, there can be letdown. There cannot be any letdown from the team this week, man. How are you guys preparing for this?
Well, you know, early in the season, you set goals for what your team wants to be, and one of our goals is to make the playoffs and start that streak. Last year, we got back in, and so if we want to accomplish that goal, then this next week is a huge proponent to that. And so that's kind of been the message of, you know, this team commands our utmost respect, and if we want to accomplish what we think we're capable of, and it starts now. You know, it starts with what's in front of us, and we have a great opportunity to do that. And you know, be senior night, so we'll be recognizing our seniors and a lot of emotions. But you know, I think we're prepared. They're a high quality football team, and they've battled injury and adversity just like we have. And so this is a playoff game for them too, essentially. And so it's going to be you know, these are one of the fun matchups you enjoy as a coach because they got a really veteran, good coaching staff, and they absolutely kicked our butts last year. And so this is a great opportunity for us to kind of show our worth and get back at them on our home turf. And so we're excited.
And unfortunately, I mean, we've had trouble with Bishop Kelly. I think they have a streak against us, maybe 8 or 10 in a row, in which we haven't been able to overcome what they bring. And so what is their secret sauce, Coach? How do we overcome a team that comes in confident when they play us?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that is what makes them tick is they don't hurt themselves a lot. You know, you don't see a lot of penalties, you don't see a lot of turnovers. You know, they just play solid football. Now this year they've lost a lot of close games. You know, they had a lead versus Bishop McGuinness that they ended up losing, and they had opportunities at the end of the game with both Kuita and McAllister where they just didn't make the play. And then at Booker T, it was a close game, and then they did have a couple turnovers late that kind of expanded the score. So they're a team hungry for a quality win, and so are we. And so it's going to be a fun matchup. But they just play solid football, man. They run good schemes. They do a lot of things that can hurt you if you're not on top of it. And so they got a good quarterback. It's got a really strong arm. They got quality receivers that are really good at just finding space in your defense and securing the catch when available. And then they got a strong offensive line. On offense, defensively, they're built around speed. Like they don't have like a big Logan Skelton like we do, but they got a bunch of guys that just run to the ball. And they make you play disciplined offense. They're going to challenge you, and they're going to be aggressive. And so we got to step up to that challenge, and we got to go make some plays.
Yeah, and you've got to be happy with, you've mentioned it a number of times, the young players and how they're playing across the fronts for you. With the underclassmen, we mentioned Hooks. You also have Story. We've mentioned him. Logan Skelton. Then we have Waldron over there, Ethan Lane, Rosario, Boston now. Talk about those young guys and just how important it is for them to understand the magnitude of this game and how it's going to come down to the details as to who wins it.
Yeah, and I think our coaching staff does a pretty good job of relaying that message to them, that this is the importance. And what we've been talking about for a few weeks now is we want to value each opportunity. So we want to value each practice, we want to value each rep, we want to value each opportunity to get better. And so that's kind of been our message here for about a month as we've gotten into district play is be the positive difference. Every individual player put forth their maximum effort to make sure the team has a positive outcome. And so our guys have really stepped up to that challenge. They understand the importance of every game and every rep. And so they're working hard and whoever prepares the best over the next 3-4 days is going to have an opportunity to win a football game on Friday. And Friday is just the show, but the power comes in the preparation. And so, we're sure that we're better these next couple of days, and it starts with today's practice and getting guys lined up, getting them coached up, and them getting after it. So.
Well, and talking about one underclassman that started his season late, but he seems to be coming into form. And it's another one of those kids that when you see the progress that he is making towards midseason, not even to his midseason, he can be a difference maker. And that's Garrett McCurdy. Talk a little bit about Garrett and what he has meant over the last couple of weeks, just getting him back.
Yeah, no, Garrett's a special player. We've known that. He started as a true freshman, and so he's a playmaker, and so he's a guy that as he grows and gets even better and he's able to do more on both sides of the ball, he's going to be one of those primetime guys. We really believe that, and he's a humble young man. He works hard. He battled an injury, he sustained through track that we just couldn't kind of get over the hump on. And once he finally got healthy, boom, he exploded on the scene. He's just making plays after play. And so we're really excited to have him back. We're really excited for the growth and his potential that he's gonna display. So yeah, he's done a really good job of preparing himself and getting himself ready. And so we were very, very glad to have him back.
When we come back, we will talk with Coach Madonna about the things that we can transfer from last week's resounding victory to this week's huge game against Bishop Kelly, 7 p.m. at Jim Thorpe Stadium. You're watching the Coach Madonna Coaches Show on ShawneeCTV. Together, we build community, one season at a time. Good throw gets Bertram. And that's smashed. Nothing new. Coach, man, we come back with a 30-plus victory, and then we come up against one of the hardest opponents we have known will be one of our hardest opponents all year long. What can we bring forward from the Edison victory that's going to help us this week?
I think just the confidence, the confidence when you experience winning, it just kind of brings a different level. When you look at East Central, we kind of lost a couple games in a row. We were able to gain some confidence back in East Central. Then we were able to apply that to Booker T. And so we're kind of gearing towards that same pattern. We got our confidence back. We lost a couple games, got our confidence back, and now we need to carry that over into Bishop Kelly. And so, just seeing yourself or feeling yourself play well and have success and bringing that forward to the next week is going to be key. And so we did a lot of really good things versus Tulsa Edison. And we did just enough to where we got some corrections to make too. And so we've got some things we need to clean up. You know, their defensive line was really good, and I don't know that we blocked them the best. And so we got some stuff to clean up. We got to throw and catch the ball better offensively, and defensively, we got to be a little bit better in phase when on the deep ball. And so we'll work on those things. We'll get better, and hopefully carry all that over into Bishop Kelly.
Bishop Kelly invades Jim Thorpe Stadium, 7 p.m. Friday night. The Wolves play very well at home, and they are so fun to watch. If you don't know about that, go check out some of the last few games on our feed, because it is electric within the stands. Coach, give your best shout out and invitation to the community to be out there. 6:30 p.m. Let's get there a little bit early and pack that stand.
Yeah, man, the atmosphere at Jim Thorpe has been amazing since I've been here, and the way that this community is showing up for these kids and in this program. And so there's a lot of great things going on. Food trucks will be out there. We've got the beautiful turf, the scoreboard, and just the amazing atmosphere. It's going to be senior night, so we're going to honor the seniors from all our programs, band, cheer, pom, football. And so just give them one last guaranteed memory of playing in Jim Thorpe. You know, for these seniors, a lot of them missed the year in Jim Thorpe. You know, this is only their second year playing here. Their sophomore year, they had to play at OBU. So let's make sure that they have a great memory as they play their final regular season home game at Jim Thorpe Stadium. So just bring that energy, bring the juice, and let's make sure that we let everybody know, especially Bishop Kelly, how exciting it is to play at Jim Thorpe. So,
well, and you never know who you're going to run into. Maybe you haven't been back to campus for a while, and it's Friday night, and it would be kind of fun to go out there. You will run into people or children of people that you know. Ran into Joe Stark the last time we were out there. Eric Lawson was out there. I mean, just different people that you just run into that you haven't seen in so long. It's just so much fun. And Coach Madonna, it's always great to talk with you on these Sunday or Monday mornings. Thanks a lot for your time. And Shawnee, it's all of us. Together, we build community one season at a time. Get out to Jim Thorpe Stadium this week.
Brady energy. Go Wolves.
Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support local. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
Good throw gets Bertram. And that's smashed. Nothing new